here with Jack. Yeah. We'll sit on the chair. Here's Jack. Spread out. Over a little bit.
I don't care.
You take one of Ben? No. Keep on
Well,
taking a
ladies
couple
and
more.
gentlemen, welcome to the first annual Pre-K3 End of the Year celebration. We want to start by singing a couple of songs, and then we've got some little certificates to pass out. So I'm going to come down and lead the group. Okay, ready? We've taken 3 of our favorite songs, and we've made some liberty with one of them, but that's okay. That's what preschool's all about. Let's start with our...
Hello, Abby. Abby, get out. Oh.
1, 2, 3.
The more we get together, together, together. The more we get together, the happier. For your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier. The more we get together, together, together. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. For your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be.
Now this next song is one of our favorites, but we've changed up the ending just a little bit for today.
No.
1, 2, 3.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round. Auntie kindergarten, when the bus goes swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, swish, swish. Auntie kindergarten, the doors on the bus go open and shut, open and shut, open and shut. The doors on the bus go open and shut. Auntie kindergarten, the money on the bus go clink, 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 clink,
Another
clink,
song?
clink, clink, clink. The money on the bus goes clink, clink, clink. Auntie kindergarten, driver on the bus goes steer, 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 steer. The driver on the bus goes steer, steer, steer. Auntie kindergarten, the horn on the bus goes beep, 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 beep. The horn on the bus goes beep, beep, beep. Auntie kindergarten, the driver on the bus says move on back, move on back, move on back. The driver on the bus says move on back. Auntie kindergarten, the kids on the bus go bump, 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 bump. The kids on the bus go bump, bump, bump. Auntie kindergarten.
And I think they're ready for kindergarten. Now it's our favorite song because it's our Father Paul song.
Abby,
3.
oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Because he first loved me. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus.
Okay, let me tell you 2 things about myself. 1, I hate public speaking, so this is awful. And 2, people who know me very well know I don't cry. I am an extraordinarily happy person, but I hide those other emotions pretty well. This week is overwhelming for me. These are tears of joy from accomplishment that these children have gained over the year. They're tears of sadness because I'm going to miss them, and I'm going to miss you. They're tears of gratitude for, bear with me, I'm sorry, for the privilege that you gave me to work with these children, for the trust you placed in me, sight unseen, a year and a half ago when you chose to sign your children up for this school. A week ago, I thought I'd be able to get through this day and it'd be fine, great, I'd be my happy little self. But that's not the case. I can't tell you how much I appreciate what you have done for me and what your children have done for me these past 9 months. I've grown as a person, I've grown as a Catholic, I've grown as a mom because of my experiences here. I hope I've grown as a staff person, making my mistakes and learning from them. And that wouldn't have been possible if you had not supported me, had your faith in me, and Mrs. Sullivan and Mrs. Casey for us to start this program. So from the bottom of my heart, I need to say thank you to you for your support, but more importantly, thank you for the gift you gave me of these children. These 20 children were amazing. 20 children is a lot to have in a classroom. They were amazing. From the second week of school, they got the routine down, they understood the rules, they learned to treat each other with kindness and respect. They learned all about Jesus in so many ways. And look at them today. They've grown so much. They are more than ready for kindergarten. But more importantly, they are more than ready to go out and spread Jesus' news because they live what it means to be a beautiful human being every day. And for that, I'm grateful for you. I did write something that's a little more eloquent than my little rambling that just went on. Actually, my son helped me write it because I was rambling as I was. A commencement is always a bittersweet moment, especially for an inaugural class. Whenever a new program is started, its first year can be many things. A learning experience for the teachers and the students, a source of inspiration for years to come, and an undoubted success. This year has been all of those things and more. When you first dropped your children off in August, their eyes were bright, hearts open, and imaginations vivid. I return them to you with that same beautiful curiosity, but they are also 9 months older, 9 months wiser, and 9 months closer to Jesus. I thank you for sharing your gifts with me and your unfailing confidence in our infantile program. Even though these children are moving on, I look forward to hearing stories about them for the next 9 years. I can't believe I'm saying that, 9 years. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2010.
Yay!
Now, the children started a little project, and we, the adults, helped. Well, no, let me be honest. Those 2 adults, Mrs. Casey and Mrs. Sullivan, embellished. I am not creative. I do not have good eye-hand coordination like they do. And Mrs. Shield, one of our moms, also helped embellish them. They made school bags that they can use next year. So they are going to be presented with their school bag. They don't have to use it. It's if they choose to use it. And then inside are a few little treats for the moms and dads to look at some remembrances from the school year. So we're going to start. The kids are going to stay on stage because I know you want photo opportunities. So we're going to pass out their bags, and then they're going to stay because we can. I've already warned them they have to sit for a little longer so we can get some pictures from everybody. All right, Alan Wolf, here's your school bag. Sean 5. Madeline McNamara. Haley McLean.
Mama.
Jessica Lawler. Gavin Ryan. Abby Beeson. Ava Barba. Maeve Ryan. Brandon Simmons. Then we're going to come up to the back row. Xander Stell. Paige Goldstedt, Julia Berry, Nicholas Dellis, Katie Kopp, Ben Meehan, Laura Newbaum, Ethan Shield, Kate Ellis, and Kira Ellis. And again, ladies and gentlemen, the pre-K class of 2010. I'm sorry, Mrs. Shield? Can I come up really quick? Sure. As long as you don't make me cry again. No. This is also, for those of you who don't know, this is also my son's graduation week. So I cried last night at baccalaureate, which I don't ever do. Tomorrow night's graduation, so I think this is my 3 days of crying. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, and I'll be done for the year. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I sent out an email. We sent out an email earlier. And with the money that we've collected from the classrooms, all of the preschool classes will be giving Mrs. Pato, Mrs. Sullivan, and Mrs. Casey for the preschool class. She wanted the Dr. Gene Feldman CD set, and it's a bunch of really fun songs for all the kids, as well as 2 new Lego tables for the classroom. So we have put the donation in for you to purchase these items.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, this is awesome.
And along with that, for the inaugural classes, preschool classes, this has all of the preschool classrooms, the 3, the 3.5s, and the 4s, as a thank you to Mrs. Pato and Mrs. Sullivan and Mrs. Casey for doing such a wonderful job with our children and loving them as much as we love them. So all of them, all their handprints are on there, right guys?
Yeah.
Mrs. Shield, I
know, so this is for you.
Thank you, this is awesome, because I do call a lot of them like my little sunshines. If things aren't going well, or if it's kind of rainy in the morning or a little dreary, I say, all right, where are my sunshines? And they do come on running over and they make me smile.
The 4-year-olds are the orangish yellow.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Thank you so much, kids. This is awesome. This is the best. This is awesome, but from the kids, this is the best. I put it here, Mrs. Shield.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Mrs. Catone, did you? These poor kids were warned about all the talking that might happen, and they're doing awesome, aren't they?
I'll keep it to an hour, I promise.
How did they know my favorite color?
A number of months ago, probably close to a year ago, a year and a half ago, I went into our faculty meeting and I just said, you know what, I really want to start a preschool. And half kiddingly, I said, if anybody's interested, let me know after the meeting. She couldn't wait that long. She went, that's mine, it's mine, and there she was. And I thank God every day, not only for Mrs. Paytow, but for the wonderful, wonderful people that decided to help her coordinate the program, Mrs. Casey and Mrs. Sullivan. They have just been incredible. I just have to say a few words about you. One of the things that Mrs. Pato and I talked about immediately was the fact that we were going to sell ourselves, if I may say so, as a faith-based preschool. And I really feel that that is probably the reason we have been so successful. And that is because not only of the parents, but of the grandparents who have passed on this faith tradition to their children. And I knew it would be successful. Father Hack came to me, shortly after and goes, and Mrs. Catone, something that is not always your biggest priority, who's going to pay for this? And I said, you know what, Father, it will be successful. I know it will. And we have gone from having 43 of your children here to now next year we are at 57, which I think just says something in itself. But normally at these end of the year activities, I grab a tiny baby, but there are none today. And I said that yesterday, and there was one right sitting there, the little tiny baby, and I went, oh, I can't even grab it now because it was attached to Mom. But the bottom line is, we all remember the day they were born like it was yesterday. and holding those children in our arms and saying, thank you, God, thank you, God, thank you, God, for giving me this incredible gift. And look at now. I remember when I held somebody, I said, before I know it, it will be kindergarten. Never did I think it would come this fast. Grandparents tell us we don't believe it, but we believe one thing. Your children are the most precious people in the world, not only to you, but to us. And we are not only honored, we are overwhelmed by the trust you placed in us this year. I never doubted for a second that they were in the very best hands, but to see them and to see how they have grown, God bless you for trusting us, and I thank you again for all the support you've given us. Thank you.
Now I know you want a picture. Okay, kids, stand up and we'll kind of get you in order for a picture.